Welcome to this new video, where I'm giving you an exclusive first look at gameplay from Project Motor Racing. It's the top racing game of 2025. There are a lot of hopes riding on this game, simply because it seems to check a lot of boxes. We talked about it in the video I released on Thursday, which I invite you to watch if you haven't already, because it contains all the important information you need to know about the game. Among the game's features is an impressive solo career mode, a competitive multiplayer mode, but also a more relaxed multiplayer mode, realistic physics and graphics, and content in terms of cars and tracks that looks pretty exceptional. Now, for the main information you need to know about this game. It's developed by Straightforce Studios, a studio that's already quite experienced in the sim racing genre, because they were the ones back in the day under the name Slight Image Studios who developed games like Project Cars. The game releases November 25, 2025 on PC, Xbox Series, and PlayStation 5 with a physical version available. You can find it in all the stores you usually go to. And overall, we're looking at a simulation-type game with realistic driving, where each car will of course have its own handling and its own physics. Here's what I'm offering today. It's traditional gameplay. I won't start the career in this video. I'll make a separate one for that. This makes it easier for those who just want to watch. I'm showing some gameplay. So, we're going to pick a car, pick a track, and then we'll see how it goes. Really in discovery mode. So, already something very, very cool. And by the way, I'll release a video for you this afternoon or early evening about the actual content of the game, with all the cars, tracks, and everything included. But personally, what already makes me really excited about this game is that, of course, obviously, we're going to find modern cars, Le Mans, hypercars, Grand Touring, 3S, that kind of thing. We'll also see legendary Group C models, like Grand Touring, one of the wildest categories in motorsport. There are also some GTs that are super cool, from the good old days. I really enjoy the little Murciélagos, Salines, Vipers, and Corvettes. So yeah, I think we're going to try out 2 or 3 of them today. In the video, we're going to try to pick some pretty different and pretty iconic models too, just to give you some interesting gameplay to watch. I think we're going to start with a slightly modern model, a Grand Touring 4, just to get used to the power of the cars. So we have the list of cars here, we have their official booklet list, and we also have the possibility to check if everything is going well, their cockpit. So the cockpit menu is mainly used actually to adjust the camera settings for each car. I can adjust the seat position or field of view here if I want changes. So that's pretty cool, but that's not what we're here for. Let's take that. I'll also show you the tracks. So obviously, we're going to find legendary tracks, sometimes with a license, sometimes not. For example, Brianza. Well, clearly it's Monza, let's not kid ourselves. Now, you can't see it because of the camera, but oh, if you can see it, that's good. The track's shape is exactly like Monza. We have official tracks like Daytona, Kyalami, we'll find Lime Rock, Mount Panorama, which we're going to try out, because it's an incredible track. The non-uniform rational B-spline is the non-uniform rational B-spline. I'll make a separate video about it. That's all there is to say. There's also Zolder, so there's a bit of everything from every continent. So here we're in quick race mode. We'll be able to choose the artificial intelligence difficulty, so we'll see. Depending on whether we're too slow or not, we might adjust it a little. Here, we can select their category and number. That's the number of AIs. I guess, oh yeah, that's it. We can go up to 27. Oh wow, that's a lot, huh? Okay, session. That's settings. We can skip practice sessions and qualifiers to start the race directly. We can choose all settings. Start time, weather conditions, damage on or off, tire warm-up. So that's pretty nice too. And we have, oh no, the settings are here. Weather, okay? So here, weather type, hot. Well, listen, we're off for our first start then, in a Toyota Supra. I'll just show you a little thing because I think some of you might be wondering. We're on Ultra for graphics. And for display settings, we're in quad high definition at 1440p. I'm answering right away the question that's going to be asked in the comments, because I think some of you will notice that I'm not exactly playing in full screen. I can set the game to 21:9, it's compatible, but capturing in 21:9 on Open Broadcaster software looks terrible. For this video, I'm using a 16:9 format to make it pleasant to watch and fit YouTube's display. There you go, that's sorted. But anyway, what you need to remember is that we're using the maximum graphics settings. Now, let's check its graphics and driving performance. Here we go, making our first start in a Toyota Supra at Monza. I hadn't realized, but 28 cars at Monza will be impressive. It's too much for something like this. I think the first right turn is going to be... It's going to be chaos. It's going to be worse than Paris traffic jams. We'll see how it goes. Damn, it looks cool, huh? It looks nice. I'm making small right turns to test the car's suspension and response. It looks very, very cool, driving-wise. Like I said, with 28 people, the traffic jams and first right turn were pretty much certain. We'll let everyone pass to avoid hitting anything or damaging the car. Oh, it's a bit slippery, even with traction control. We weren't pushing hard, only at 6 out of 11. We're going to lower it a bit to see. That way, if we have to crash, we'll crash right away. It'll be settled. The car's rear wiggles a bit, but with a prop Hue over 300 horsepower, that's expected. Oh, that little braking sound there. Really sharp, that's nice. It's true that the developers really emphasized in their communication about the game that the sounds were especially well done. And it's true that at first glance, it does seem to be the case. We have the transmission sounds. We have an engine sound that seems pretty consistent with what a Supra should sound like, with the 6-cylinder. We also have those sharp braking sounds. At first glance, I think we should really enjoy this. And by the way, the graphics don't look bad either. Well, same thing. We need to see by testing different cars, looking at different tracks, several environments, and the quality of the modeling. But if everything is more or less like this, I think it's pretty nice. And above all, it's pretty stable in terms of performance. With 28 competitors, 60 frames per second on Ultra in 2025 is still quite satisfying with graphics like this. So, I'll show a bit of gameplay in third-person view. That way, we can see the car a bit better and everything that comes with it. But indeed, it seems to be stable, and that's important in a game like this, which aims to have, let's say, a bit of a competitive edge. It's actually better to focus on performance stability rather than just having the best possible graphics. But at first glance, it looks pretty nice and well made, so we're not going to complain about it. And yeah, the driving... I'm really enjoying myself right now. So I think it's a little less twisty than what the studio and the publisher sold us. Clearly, I think we're dealing with a sim where the driving is realistic, just like we want. There's something a bit less hardcore, a bit less punishing, let's put it that way, if you prefer that over the word ultimate, for example. So I think we're dealing with something pretty tough. In terms of driving feel, but we're also dealing with something that's meant to be satisfying to drive, and that's actually pretty cool. So, at first glance, even if we're going to finish last here, it's not a big deal. At first glance, it still looks pretty cool. So, I'll show you what the finish screen looks like. Let's take a quick look. If there's a little ceremony or something like that. At the end of the event, well, we finished 28th out of 28, guys. Achievement. If she had had a third lap, I would have caught up with her. Very clearly. So what does it give? Confirm yes, well, no, there's no celebration, so maybe it's because we're in weekend mode, with only one event. Maybe in career mode, it's different. We'll see that in the next few days. Well, listen, we're going to try out some other cars. What are we going to pick? Well, that could be good. We'll test various engines so you can hear different sounds. I think the small V8BN from M3 GTR sounds pretty good. So, now we're going with the M3, we're heading to Mount Panorama. The track that everyone hates, but personally, I love it. Let's see how this is going to turn out. Let's turn up the volume. I think we should say we really enjoyed it, right? There are some small freezes at the start of the race, but it might just be loading. We'll see how it goes after. Damn, the sounds are smooth. Oh, but it's true that 28 is too many, right? I think for the next race we do, guys, we'll have fewer drivers. Simply because, actually, at the start, when you're stopped like that, it's horrible. With a rolling start, it's different. But here, with a standing start, forget it. After that, it's a traffic jam for the whole race. So here we are, a little Mount Panorama at night, with our little BMW that doesn't seem to have traction control system or any of that stuff. There's no ABS either, actually. Oh, that means I'm going to have to be careful with that. Ah, indeed, there's no ABS. Okay, well, we'll get used to it. Same, the little transmission noise. And then, actually, he scared me. The car slides a bit from the rear. Accelerating with 400 horsepower in a V8 feels right. Wow. Okay, oh yeah, alright. Actually, no, it's... Okay, it's brutal, like Manuel. Huh, there, he's got something nasty there. Fortunately, I had some coffee earlier to stay awake. Oh, that's nice. The driving feel is great. I think if it's like this for everything, I think Project Motor Racing is really going to be a game people will enjoy. So, of course, we'll have to wait a bit to see the first feedback from the press and also the first feedback from players. Posted on various sites or directly on Steam. I think we'll have a great time, and I'm going to enjoy myself since we're getting there. Damn. We're coming up to the series of turns that everyone hates, but generally, I actually like them. That kind of corkscrew section down there. Ah, damn, I'm getting smoked here. In a slightly faster category like this, I clearly can't compete with the artificial intelligence. Whoa! Ah, yeah, nice. Ah, now that's a feeling, huh? There's a real sensation. Actually, I take back what I said about the game being a bit more accessible than what we were sold. Maybe not so much, actually. So, same thing. I know this question is going to come up. The game includes damage management. We might push this to the limit, really test it, like causing damage in the million C4 or career mode, for example. Normally you have to repair, meaning you have to pay to repair, that's what I mean. And you can even get to game over. If the car is too damaged, you can't finish a race. And if you don't have enough money to pay for repairs, it's game over. We'll try that in the million C4 and see what happens. I wanted to come back to that to make sure there were both mechanical and visual damages. We're going to deliberately maybe try to hit something to show you a little bit what it looks like. We're going to try backing into a wall just to show you that there is visual damage. Maybe I didn't set up the camera correctly, so I can't turn around the car with my controller. Oh well. But here, we saw the rear bumper, it's a little deformed. And well, it also turns off the headlights. So, there is visual damage and the car pulls to the right. I feel like we've messed up the alignment a bit. Ah, more than a bit, huh? So, the damage seems to be pretty hardcore on the mechanical side. Maybe not so much visually, I don't know. It's up to you to judge in the comments. In any case, there is visual damage. And that's nice. Because, well, games nowadays tend, not to have much of that. Well, listen, now we're changing tracks again, and we're also going to change things up a bit with the connection in the race, since we're going to... Oh, the sound. Oh, the sound. What's happening? On your marks? False start. But nothing was written. Still, a false start. If you play the game alone, you can begin before the official start. Oh, the sound, there it is. Oh, it's really dirty. This is great. Glad we tried the little V12 from the Murcielago. Awesome. So yeah, it's true that it's raining, so it might be a little tricky sometimes to push it really, really hard. Oh, the sound. Ah, that really feels good. Let's not kid ourselves. Well, on the other hand, the rain is less enjoyable. We're going to have to handle it just right. Well, of course, we have tires that are actually suited for the rain, so that helps. It helps reduce the damage somewhat, but you can still feel it. You can feel that it's raining, you know? We could really dream for the game. It's a pleasure. Listen, it's a pleasure. At first glance, this motor racing project is a little gem. We'll see. So, indeed, this is a YouTube video that will probably last about 20 minutes. That's not enough to form a clear opinion on a game like this. I'll mention something. I don't know if you've seen it. In the video, you can see my small LED flag light up. When a yellow flag appears in the motor racing project, a yellow LED lights up on my steering wheel. Wow, there, the yellow flag is coming. It's coming fast. It's okay. We broke the car a bit, but we'll get used to it. Yes, I meant 20 minutes is clearly too short to judge a game like this. But the main thing, at least for me, is that the game makes me want to see more. Actually, clearly, I want to keep recording gameplay for you, and I want to try things out in the game, because, well, it looks cool to me, actually. If you have questions about the game, leave them in the comments, because there are quite a few things that I'll be able to answer in the coming days, even before the official release on the 25th, since the embargo will be lifted. So we can say everything about the game. If you have any questions about the game after these 45 minutes, feel free to ask. The sounds are nice, and the driving seems like it'll be good, even if it's a bit less hardcore than real ultra simulation, like you find in a Le Mans Ultimate, for example. Damn, it's not here. Visually, it looks good despite some oddities. For example, I see rain falling on my car. Not amazing, but aside from that, the cars actually look good, and so do the environments. And most importantly, it runs at a steady 60 frames per second, so that's really nice. The content looks cool too. At first glance, the basics for us to really enjoy motor racing in the long run are definitely there, right? So we'll meet soon to test things in the game. Cars, race conditions, career mode, and more. So don't hesitate. Oh, that sound, wow. Don't hesitate to subscribe and leave a like on this video.